So, I have made a few mistakes in my Battle Cats fact videos, and I try to be as accurate as possible, but I am a mere human, so I figured I should go back to my older fact videos and correct some of the mistakes of the past. So in this video, I go back to every episode so far and correct these mistakes. I am correcting each fact based on 3 merits. One is a fact that is outdated. With a game like this, it is bound that some stuff is going to be outdated, but I feel like I should try to have stuff up to date if I'm able to. Second are facts that, while mostly true, are missing details that could make someone misinformed about some of the more nuanced parts of a fact. Last are facts that were just straight up untrue or incorrect. Before I get to correcting my mistakes, why not give this video a like? Maybe leave a comment on something you thought was true at some point but turned out to be false. And if you haven't already, why not hit that subscribe button to join this wonderful community? Anyways, let's correct my past mistakes. The enemies with the most HP, not including collaboration enemies, are Manic Mohawk and Manic Eraser, both of which having 4.8 million HP. The detail I forgot to mention was that this is at base magnification. Cat with the lowest range is Lil Eraser with 110 range. Lil Eraser has 100 range and isn't the only unit with 100 range, as Lil Clop's Eggs also has 100 range. The Forbidden Secret unit has 0 range, but I won't count it since you're not supposed to have that unit. Balrog Cat is the unit with the highest amount of DPS in the game, with 44,669 DPS at level 50 after talents and before its attack boost. This fact is both half true and incorrect. The half true part is only considering base DPS and doesn't factor in abilities like massive damage. For example, Yukimura at level 50 normally has 17k DPS, but massive damage against black enemies gives it a massive 70k DPS before it's strengthened. The incorrect part is that Balrog has 44k DPS before talents. His talented DPS is 53.6k DPS. Lasboss Reborn currently holds the record for the most abilities. He is immune to Waves, Knockback, Freeze, Slow, Weaken, Warp, Toxic, Surge, and Curse. He also has a 100% chance to survive a lethal strike, as well as his Savage Blow ability, and strengthens his attack power by 50% at 30% HP. This was true when the video was released, and shared this trait with Elder Mask Doron, but in version 11.5, Is the Dancer of Grief made this fact outdated, as she has 17 abilities. I actually covered this in the second episode of 50 Facts. Excluding Metal Cat, the unit with the lowest amount of health in this game is the Capsule Cat with only 17 HP at level 30. This means that even a 100% buff Doge can take it out in 3 hits. Baby Mola also has the same amount of health. Akuma from the Street Fighter collab is the only legend rare that doesn't have a part that gives off a rainbow glow. Black Zeus doesn't have anywhere that gives off a rainbow glow unless you want to count that glow when he attacks. Cory is the first enemy in the game to have wave attacks, as well as the first enemy to have Base Destroyer. While Cory isn't the first enemy encountered in Stories of Legend to have Base Destroyer, it is the first enemy added into the game's code to have Base Destroyer. Wild Doge is technically the only traitless enemy with another trait. However, since Behemoth isn't treated like your usual trait, it's still considered as traitless. This fact is outdated thanks to the introduction of Cumulus Gallus. Cumulus Gallus gets its name from cumulus clouds and the portmanteau of gale, as in gale force winds, and pullus, the Latin term for chicken. Can has the highest raw damage out of any non-legend unit or uber and legend rares, being able to deal 72,900 damage at level 50 with talents. This is outdated as of version 11.9 since Supercar has a higher damage value of 81,000 damage. Your Can will probably still get more damage due to Can actually being able to survive more than just a simple gust of wind. The only non-starred alien enemies who aren't collaboration enemies that can warp include Final Boss Gigagod, Masked Yolala, Gorillum, Variety Bears, Saint Claus, and Archangel Excel. The missing enemy from here is Zappy, and in version 11.8, which came out after this video, Spiritual Yolala is another non-starred alien enemy who can warp your units. Angel Fanboy and Bum Bum Black are the only non-traitless enemies, not to mention their traits in their descriptions. If you're wondering, Angel Fanboy is a metal enemy. What I failed to mention was that it was based on the traits that showed up in the brackets by the enemy's name. Like this for an example. Sorel is the only relic enemy to hit a singular target. With the introduction of Hani Wanwan, this fact is now outdated. Angel and metal traits are the only enemy traits to not have a cat counterpart, excluding collaboration units. I'm including this one as a missing detail fact because a lot of people were confused when I mentioned a cat counterpart. What I meant by cat counterpart is enemies like Raging Bahamut or Elder Flame Doron. The Crazed Fish family and Low Mohawk are the only basic cat counterparts that have a lower cost than their basic counterpart. This is now outdated since we now also have Brainwash Fish, which is the same price as Crazed Fish. There was also, as of the release of this video, 5 placeholder enemies between Spiritual Yulala and Sakura from the Street Fighter collab. Since the next Uncanny Legends subchapter is the 48th, many speculate that the next update will have these enemies revealed. What they will be is anyone's guess. Well, thanks to version 11.9.2 of the Japanese version, we now know that these were placeholder enemies for the World Trigger collab. In the Uncanny Legends subchapter, Bizarre the Pirate King, every level's name is a reference to a movie. Stylish Mononoke is a reference to the Studio Ghibli movie Princess Mononoke. Standby Motel is a reference to Stand By Me, based on the Stephen King novel The Body, and named after the 1961 song of the same name by Ben E. King. Avon Jazz Cafe is a reference to the Avengers. Retreat of the Living Dead is a reference to Night of the Living Dead. Titanic Steakhouse is Titanic, and Independence Day is the Ronald Emmerich film Independence Day. Bit of a long fact, but there is one movie that's mostly incorrect. Because of what Retreat of the Living Dead's stage name is in Japanese, Batarian is similar to the name of the Return of the Dead in the Japanese release, Battalion, meaning that the stage is meant to reference this movie instead. Bunny and Kennard are one of the 4 male seasonal exclusive Ubers. The other 3 are Kaiji Claws, Blooming Kamakura, and Lovestruck Lesser Demon. Hey, just cutting in for a second here. I completely forgot that in the newest update we got another male seasonal exclusive, Count Yukimura. Alright, I just wanted to cut in and say that. We can go back to the facts now. Halloween Night Vars' Japanese description also confirms that Vars is another male seasonal exclusive. The highest possible speed a unit can have in the game is 110. Bullet Train has a base speed of 85, but combining it with the Enter the Ninja and the Japanese exclusive combo Sa-Ren-Tan, which consists of Cat Giraffe Modoki, Catnip Tricky, and Catnip Dragon, units from the JRA collab, will give us a 30% speed increase. The maximum in other versions is 106 since the only other medium speed up combo takes 5 slots. A comment pointed out that it is possible to get a 35% increase because of Enter the Ninja, Hex Angels, and Spinners, because Biker Cat is in both Hex Angels and Spinners, meaning the true maximum speed Bullet Train, the fastest unit in the game, can have is 115 speed. Catalite is the only rare gacha unit to not have any talents as of version 11.9. This fact right here, the last incorrect fact of the video, is what really made me want to make this video, because I completely forgot Shigan Cat existed when making this video. When I saw a comment reminding me that Shigan existed, I was so dumbfounded at how I could have made a simple mistake like this, to the point where I wanted to go back and correct as many facts as possible. Bro is flabbergasted. Like I said at the start of this video, I wanted to go back across all 7 of my facts videos and correct any mistakes I made in them. Because this series has such a massive impact on my channel, I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting me on each episode that I release. If it weren't for these fact videos, I wouldn't be at this point in my YouTube career at all today. So, if you enjoyed this video, why not give it a like? Maybe leave a comment down below on something that you thought was true at some point, but in the end turned out was false. And if you haven't already, why not hit that subscribe button to join this wonderful community? Anyways, have a wonderful day, everyone.